When adult children of emotionally immature parents begin healing, typically, slowly, the emotional control loses its power. For years, the parent has influenced the child with emotional consequences. For example, if a child disagrees, the parent may become angry, critical, withdraw, or induce guilt. The child learns that keeping the parent emotionally comfortable is safest. As adults, many don't realize how much of their behavior is motivated by fear of those emotional reactions. The parent's control is not based on physical consequences anymore as an adult. It's based on approval. The adult child still wants to be understood, appreciated, finally receive the love that they've been chasing, and accept it. As long as approval remains the goal, the emotional consequences continue to work. The parent doesn't have to actually change the child's reality. They just need to make the child feel uncomfortable enough to reconsider their own choices. Eventually, something begins to change. Many adult children realize that they've spent years chasing something that just never seems to arrive. They realize that constantly explaining themselves, defending their decisions, or trying to convince the parent of their perspective hasn't actually created a healthier relationship. In fact, it's kept them emotionally stuck. One of the most freeing realizations is you don't actually need another person to agree with your reality for it to be real. Your decisions don't become right or wrong because someone approves of them. Once you stop depending on another person's validation, many of the emotional consequences that once felt overwhelming begin to lose their impact. This doesn't mean that you stop caring about your parents or you become cold. It simply means their disappointment, criticism, or inaccurate view of you no longer defines who you are. You stop feeling responsible for correcting every misunderstanding or trying to change every opinion they have about you. You begin accepting that they are allowed to see things differently, even if you disagree. Disengaging usually means saying less instead of more. Instead of endlessly explaining, you state your decision and allow it to stand. Instead of arguing about how they interpret your motives, you begin to comprehend you can't control anyone else's perception of you. The less energy you spend trying to manage another person's reality, the more time and energy you have to spend on your own. Adult children often feel the most peace after they've stopped chasing approval. They stop treating every disagreement as if it's something that has to be resolved. They realize they can love someone without handing over control of their well being. When your self worth no longer depends on someone else's approval, emotional control has very little left to work with. Have a good day.